Alright, Davey T here. I'm trying to mess around with some guitar tones here. I did most of my rhythm guitars through the same API that I tracked my bass through, which gives it a really crisp, just sparkly punch. Alright. By the way, I want to give a shout out to my buddy. I have laid down almost all the guitar tracks and plan on probably laying all the guitar tracks down. I know this is not the best looking guitar in the world, but I was getting rid of an old Line 6 Pod on Craigslist, and some kid didn't have the money for it. He wanted to trade me, and I was like, sure, just bring it in, I'll check it out, I'll see how it sounds, and it sounded great. And I've pretty much been a Strat man in the past, and I know how Les Pauls have always been known for their fat low end. I've always had to kind of spruce up the low end on my Strat tones. And I love the way this guitar sounds, and I think I'm going to do the whole record with it. But back to the song here. You're in My Heart. It's got a really cool guitar solo. It's a really long interlude. Like my other solos are your typical radio solos where they're like 4 or 8 bars. This is kind of got a really nice breakdown. The rhythm guitar tracks here on You're In My Heart, and I'm going to get ready to play the solo here. It's really cool. I was just like when I was just explaining to you a minute ago when I was working up the tone that I want to use for this particular solo, which is pretty much the similar tone I'm going to use on all these solos, so the record is cohesive and it sounds similar. But I mean, these rhythm guitars are just like really in your face and sharp, so I got to have something that stands out in the mix, almost kind of like a vintage, like kind of like a, I guess if you can consider Guns N' Roses Slash kind of vintage, kind of a slashy type solo with more of a Hendrix fatness to the tone. Jimi Hendrix is really what I'm looking for here. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. I'm going to play along with this, and I'm going to mute the rhythm guitars and just play the solo over the drum and the bass track so you guys can really hear it stand out. It's really cool. Looking forward to seeing what it sounds like, and I can't wait to share it with you guys.
You're in control, you are my wish. On a star I fell.
I'm going to punch in right here for the solo. Here we go. Alright, y'all, I was going through that like opening riff here on Better Life. It's rocking, man. It's like dun 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 dun. It's like, you know. It's really in your face guitar parts there, and it's so the way this song is developed, and it's kind of like I've kind of built this over a period of a couple weeks in layers, and it's really turned out cool. Like at the beginning, when I was starting on this project, it's like, man, I'm not digging this song, but the more ideas that I add to it, I'm really starting to fall in love with this tune, and it's so unpredictable. It's like I start out with this harmonica part, you know, and then I come with electric guitars solos, and then all of a sudden the verse comes in, and it's like, you know, it's like, think you got it rough and you got it tough. You keep telling yourself that you've had enough. The grass looks a whole lot greener on the other side. Yeah. You want a better job, and you come in there, and it's so different from us. Let's just listen to it. I've already laid these guitar tracks down, and it comes in, and it's so unpredictable. It's like. And then here comes the guitar riff. And then here comes these loud, huge guitars. Really cool stuff. We're going to work on the solo here. I'm going to have you guys join me on that. I'm going to punch into this solo right here. Here we go. What's up, y'all? I'm here. This is Okay to Be Angry, and kind of like that last song we discussed there, Better Life. This is one of my favorite songs on the project, if not the favorite. But the intro, I didn't have an intro for it, and it was just like, okay, cool, guitar parts, drums, blah blah blah, and I came up with this really cool guitar riff, really simple, but I think it's super catchy, that I used for the first and second intro. Also buried it underneath the third section of the chorus breakdown where the drum snare doubles, and also towards the end as the outro I also doubled it there as well underneath me holding out some long notes that I did on the scratch bowl. Alright, y'all, I was just finishing up laying down a guitar track there, trying to tighten it up. I had the drums muted. I'm going to bring them back up here and turn them on here. Let's check this out. I think it's really hooky, it's really catchy. It's really cool. It brings it in there, and I added another like extra part there, like towards the end of the chorus. It's like right here. Just kind of a little departure from the original intro. It's time to change into the second verse there, and I already laid down the solo, which is super catchy. Actually, the solo is kind of a variation of the intro. Really, what it is. I'm going to crank this up here so you guys can hear it. Once again, that hook, that hook comes there at the end of the solo there to kind of bring that back into your brain. I think it's a really catchy part, and I hope it hooks all you listeners out there and makes you want to buy the record.